Recording is in progress. Hey, hello everybody. Daryl Snyder, Fantasy Sports Logic. Happy Saturday to you. My second video of the day. I'm loving this. I just did one about NeuroTracker, one of our partners at Fantasy Sports Logic. Encourage you to watch that if you have interest in improving your cognitive efficiency. Cool little 6-minute session I've been doing for almost 2 years. So it's on the same YouTube video channel that this video that you're watching is on. But gonna go into, I did this yesterday, got a lot of good feedback. Got a partnership, another one, Ballpark Pal, Aaron, great guy. Every day, almost every day, I may have missed a day, but I feature in the blog here at fantasysportslogic.com. It's a free blog. I feature Ballpark Pal's daily home run report, daily fantasy report, Ballpark Pal stadium report, and Ballpark Pal starting pitcher preview. Aaron runs 3,000 simulations every night and morning before allowing me to have access to these graphs that you're seeing, and it's pretty cool stuff. I've been doing it for almost a month, maybe more. People have asked about a video explanation, so here it is. You can see the first report. These are for today's games. I think there's an early slate of 7 and a late slate of 6. And this is kind of a combination of those. You can see Schwarber. He is projected at 25, almost 26% to hit a home run today. Got a great matchup against the pitcher. Got a great matchup against the ballpark. And it looks like a pretty good opportunity. Some of you ask, I get a lot of questions about daily prop picks. If you look at these graphs, and then if you're a subscriber to the optimizer, which I'll get into later with the live 7-player projection data feeds from some of the most incredible data providers in the world, of which Ballpark Pal is one of them, and then a blend, you can pick out prop picks with higher favorability. There too, Christian Walker second, 25%. Rafael Devers, Red Sox, almost 25%. Gunnar Henderson, been hot for the Orioles, almost 25%. And Juan Soto in the Red Stadium, which is always favorable with warm weather for home runs, 24%. You can look, again, matchups. Christian Walker's got an even matchup with the pitcher, but he's got an 8% ballpark. Probability improvement. Devers 27% matchup facing Kikuchi. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, a Toronto pitcher. Bailey Uber against Gunnar. So other solid matchups. Grisham from the Padres. Trey Turner from the Phillies. Catcher for the Orioles, Adley. Rushman. You see Turner. I think he had a home run yesterday. Vertigo and so on. I'll let you look at that as you do. I won't explain all these in detail. Here's the daily fantasy report. These are cool. He breaks them down by position, pitchers, outfielders. Again, Christian Walker. The blue is the FanDuel total projection, and the green is DraftKings. Freddie Freeman, Cooper from the Marlins, top 3 at first base. See second base with Kim. Third base, Machado. Shortstop, Turner. And you can see the one listed below, Seager and Witt. Other good shortstop picks for daily fantasy scoring. Again, you can kind of look at those. I know a lot of the prop picks are like over a half a total base or 1.5 on the different platforms. We have a partnership with SuperDraft. You can actually, there's a code there. I think it's FSL. If you go to superdraft.io, you get a double deposit up to $100. They have prop picks. Got a partnership with Drafters, which started prop picks. So a lot of opportunity if you want to look for the prop pick opportunities in DFS. This is a good graph to use. Daily stadium reports. This is what first caught my interest. This is really good stuff. You'll see Coors Field, obviously, when the weather turns like it has. Always favorable. 22% increase in runs projected for today. Home runs up 18%, doubles and triples 27%, slight uptick for singles. Great America Ballpark, talked about that with Cincinnati, where the Padres are. Look at that, a whopping 40% of home runs. Not much on the doubles and triples. That's interesting. Maybe everything's just going to leave the park today. Kauffman Stadium, Kansas City. It's been this year more than years that I can remember favorable for hitters. Oriole Park, Minnesota and Baltimore. Look at that, 27%. So it's the second highest, along with Citizens Park in Philadelphia. So these are good to use. It's all about the wind. You see Wrigley. Wrigley can be not so good or really good, depending on if the wind blows off the lake in. I used to live outside of Chicago, and if it comes in off the lake out of the north, it will knock balls down like crazy. If it comes out of the south, which it tends to do more in the summer, it can take a fly ball and put it onto Sheffield or Waveland Avenue, without a doubt. So starting pitcher preview. This is probably the one that takes a little bit of getting used to. He's got results. It's over 1,000 pitches. Last 1,000, like you see, Waka is changed. Grades at a B plus, but his four-seam fastball only a D, and then a D minus on what looks like his cutter. So what I like to do, my eyes tend to shift out here to the right, and you can see I look at, okay, how many innings are projected you want in daily fantasy. If you're playing them as one of your two starting pitchers, obviously you want them to go as deep as they can and give up the least amount of runs and get the most strikeouts, right? Kind of common sense. So Burns has been interesting. Look at his grades, A plus, A plus, A. Hey, he's well priced today. He hasn't done as well. I mean, he's a former Cy Young winner, kind of like him today against the Pirates. Just imagine a lot of people will with his price. So he's definitely a target. I'm a big Giants fan. D. Sclafani, he's pretty cheap too. I think he's like 5,500 on DraftKings. So against a Mets team that's kind of struggled, Giants came from behind last night. It was a great win. Verlander, he's been so-so. So, but he's obviously, future Hall of Famer and a great pitcher. So Glass now, super grades, 8 strikeouts. I think that's tops. Yeah, it is. So good matchup. Seattle. If you remember Seattle against Lance Lynn, I think it was a few Saturdays ago, or maybe a Saturday ago or two. He had like 16 or 17 strikeouts. It was insane. So you definitely know Seattle is prone to strike out against right-handed pitchers. So I might encourage you. This is free, absolutely free. You can go to ballparkpal.com, or you can subscribe to the blog for free. And I post this every day, so it's good. Again, you can relate it to props, daily props. I'm not sure what the over-under or more or less is on the Glass now. I would think it's probably not 8, it's probably 6 or 7. So that looks like a nice play to pair up with somebody today. We have promos, as I say. If you do our 7-day test drive, $1. There's no obligation. It doesn't auto upgrade you to a program. If you like what you see in the 7 days, I encourage you to watch the short 3-minute video on all the features. I'm going to show that here. But Drafters has been kind enough, $20 free entry if you just take the test drive. No obligation to upgrade to the $29.97 a month or one-time lifetime $299.97. You get a free $20 entry into their best ball tournament while the supply lasts. $3 or $2 million tournament. Total 300,000 up top for the NFL upcoming season. Again, I'll contact you when you do the test drive. I'll make sure you get the code for the free entry. So that's a great partnership there. And there's a link. All you have to do is go to fantasysportslogic.com, take the 7-day test drive, $1. I'll show you what you'll be seeing there. This is from yesterday. I didn't update it yet. Let me get to today's slate. Probably gonna go to Turbo. There's a Turbo, there's an early, and there's a main. The Corbin, I talked about him. I haven't looked at this yet, but 8,700, nice price. Look at the providers that we partnered with. I don't know if anybody in the industry, I know there's some really amazing simulators out there that a lot of the pros use, and They're awesome. I don't know if any of them have 7 live player projection feeds. I mean, we have the Baker engine, which simulates up to 10,000 times a game result. Ballpark Pal, he does 1,000. Frank at FTN Data, 40,000. And then RotoWire, they're one of the most recognized, obviously. Sport Radar, Dan, good team, or good, yeah, good team of people, great person. Sports Data with Charles, and Stats Perform with Corey. I mean, those are all live player projection feeds you can see per player, and then our proprietary blend of the 7. So a total of 8. You can pick out, like I like Corbin, and I just think he's going to be in the early slate, someone I'm going to play a lot of, if not all of. And I made, because of my Giants, I was named after a San Francisco Giant growing up. My uncle pitched in their minor league organization when they were the New York Giants, and we grew up outside of Chicago, northern Indiana. My dad said I had to be a Giants fan, so that's the story there. Couldn't be a Cubs, White Sox, or Tigers. I wasn't named after Willie Mays, which was the book I was reading, but Darryl Spencer in 1958 when they moved from San Francisco to New York. So lifelong Giants fan. I like the price of DeSclafani. Probably even throw in a Giants stack. Again, probably more in my heart, but they have scored some runs lately. I heard they're minus a couple lefties. We got Yastrzemski on the DL, hamstring. Same thing with Conforto. I don't know if he's on the DL. He's got a mild strain, but they still have some. Patrick Bailey, switch hitter. He can go left. Lamont Wade Jr. He's a lefty. Jock Peterson. I like them, but let's just say I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna go. Okay, let me stack. You can pick a team out. I like it to call stack attack. Last night was a rarity. 4-team stack with the Braves instead of 5. I mean, Olson went off. Acuna. I think Harris was in the winning lineup. There was one guy who got the top 3. In the max $153. He won 18,000, 6 for second, third. Big T, one of the better players in the world, probably in baseball. I think he did well. He got 10th in that tournament. So stacks are good. I would go to 5. I'll probably hand build a little bit too, but go to 5. Let's see what they generate for me. Calculating, working in the background. There he is, Elway J. I like they put Real Muto, Philly catcher. He wants some production there. Estrada, I like him. He's not a lefty, but JD's a righty. Brandon is a lefty. There's Jock. Robert was on the winning lineup last night. I think I saw Leaf, one of the Run Pure Sports guys like JT. I think he won 100,000 or 100 and I think he won first and second. It's updating. These things update every 15 minutes. So let me hit the update here, see if anything's changed. Usually earlier, not a lot, sometimes later. You'll have a guy scratched or some of the game time decisions will come through. But I like these lineups. Look over here, the Giants stack. This is our blend. This is the Baker. This is the Ballpark Pal. This is FTN, RotoWire, Sport Radar, Sports Data IO. You can choose. I mean, if you like one stack better than the other, I like the blend. I like Baker because I like Seager. You're giving up on Real Amito, but you get Garver. You got a leadoff guy for the Sox. I mean, look at how they vary, right? Here you have Turner, and you can run up to 150 max, right? I could put in 150 here, generate lineups of the blend of the Baker. I can go, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. It's really cool. It's really versatile. I like it. It's evolved. It's going to continue to evolve. We've got some features coming out that I don't believe exist in any of the other optimizers, but they could. They probably will once they see ours. But that's what it's all about, right? What we try to do is I wanted something of value for the average person that could afford, whether $29.97 a month or currently lifetime, one time, all sports, baseball, football when we add it, golf when we add it, NBA next year, $299.97 lifetime. No other fees ever. I don't think that exists in the industry. I've seen some annual fees that are close to that, but it's about value, and that's in the eye of the beholder, right? A lot of people, they want to win, and so we're trying to give you the best opportunity. We can't guarantee anything. We try to give you the best opportunity, and I partnered with Acquired Technology exclusivity for one of the guys like on the patent for the GPS system. He's been one of the top providers of season-long fantasy in the world, number one on CBS Sportsline back in the day, 2012, 13, 14. Obviously, with AI and machine learning, things evolve, so we're trying to stay on top, use all the data projection providers. We've got pro settings. I mean, it's insane what you can do with this thing. Auto max exposure, 100% down to 10%, 5, whatever you want to do. Auto team stacking, diversity bonus. You can block out a team, block out multiple teams. You can choose max or minimum exposure per player. Goes on and on and on, and it's only going to get better. So I appreciate you listening as far as you have. Again, there's some cool promotions that we have going on. I definitely encourage you to check those out. You get double deposit promotions, which a lot of people advertise. They have the partnerships as well, but drafters right now, super draft, the dollar test drive for the $20 best ball style with drafters is really cool as long as it lasts. They've been very gracious. So I appreciate everything. I'm sure I left some things out. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, Daryl, DARYL at fantasysportslogic.com. There's numbers on the website. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to do one every day. More and more people. I think we're kind of a secret right now, right? We're emerging. We'll let you know we have an exciting movie that'll come out. Probably going to premiere at the event in February, the FSGA, Fantasy Sports Gaming Association. Peter Schenke from RotoWire, one of the most respected on the board of directors of the FSGA, founded RotoWire. He's advising to the film. It's going to be what I think is one of the best stories on how fantasy sports evolved from where it was in the 50s and 60s with baseball and football, where it evolved to the DraftKings FanDuel, obviously very relevant to the evolution of the sport, and then where things are going, Web3. I mean, I don't want to get into a long story on that, but there's so many cool things happening that I think will be an evolution of the industry. So thank you. I am going to end this video. Hopefully everyone has a successful Saturday with your DFS or whatever you're doing. Enjoy the holiday weekend, and I will be back at you tomorrow. Have a great one.